Hey yo, it's me, the King of Spades, BDD, and let me welcome you to the end of the 2022-2023 NFL regular season. Today's video, I give you my version of the NFL power rankings, my top 10, my bottom 10, and my middle 12 pack. Let's start with the bottom 10. At the top of the bottom 10 to the best of the worst teams. If I'd have made a preseason poll, I'd have picked them to win the AFC South. That's right, the Tennessee Titans. Injuries, horrible year. Number 2, and they ended the year 7-10. Number 2, I got the New York Jets. The goddamn Jets couldn't even beat the Dolphins to end the year. 3, also at 7-10, along with the Jets and the Panthers, I got the New Orleans Saints. And that's why, along with the Titans and the Jets. Also, the Panthers are 7-10, and we'll get to them in the next part. At the fourth best worst team, the Las Vegas Raiders, who ended the year 6-11. Number 5, the 5-12 Denver Broncos. Russell Wilson was supposed to make them a good team. That was supposed to be the most competitive division in the NFL this year. And 2 of the better teams are in the bottom 10. At 6, we have the defending Super Bowl champions. You lose your quarterback. You lose your best offensive weapon. Heartbreaking year. They ended at 5-12. At 7, I got the Indianapolis Colts, who ended the year 4-12-1. And if I had done a preseason poll, I'd have picked them to finish second in the AFC South and maybe be a wild card team. At 8, you got the Arizona Cardinals, who ended the year 4-13. Again, another one of the could have been most competitive divisions in the league. And there are 2 teams from the NFC West in this list. At 9, I got the Houston Texans, who ended the year 3-13-12, and that comeback win from the Colts took them from the number 10 spot, which belongs to the 3-14 Chicago Bears. Terrible year. Let's get right into the mid-pack 12, the mid-12 pack. Number 12, I've got the Carolina Panthers, and yes, my top 4 in the mid-pack are your other 4 playoff teams. At 7-10, the Carolina Panthers. At 11, most disappointing in my eyes, because if they could have had a 500 record with Deshaun Watson coming back, I thought they were going to look really good, and they ended the year like 2-3 with Deshaun Watson. What the hell? The Cleveland Browns. Number 10, one of the teams they blew a freaking lead to, who also just happened to beat, I'm pretty sure it was the defending Super Bowl champions. Let me look real quick. No, they're the ones that beat the Saints. Yeah, the Falcons are the ones that beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who had just won their division. Number 9, I got the New England Patriots. All they had to do was beat Buffalo, and they were the 7th seed. And I wouldn't have blamed Buffalo for not playing their starters the night before they lost the home field advantage. At 8, you got the Green Bay Packers, who all they had to do was beat the Detroit Lions, and they were the 7th seed. And I picked them to do so, and they didn't. At 7, the Washington Then the Patriots and the Packers are both 8-9. At 7, the 8-1 Washington Commanders, who beat down the. I didn't look at nothing. I'm assuming Dallas didn't play their starters. It didn't look like they did because they had already had a playoff spot. At 6, you got the 9-8 Detroit Lions, who took care of business, but because Seattle, the Rams couldn't beat Seattle. Baker Mayfield's a bum. I will say it again. At 5, you got the Pittsburgh Steelers, also 9-8. They beat the Browns. The Bills beat the Patriots, but the goddamn Jets could beat the fucking Dolphins. And my number 4 of the Mid Pac 12 is the NFC South winning Tampa Bay Buccaneers at 8-9, limping into the playoffs in a home game because they won a division. At 3, I got the 9-8 Seattle Seahawks, who had to wait for the Lions to win to be in the playoffs. At 2, I got the Miami Dolphins at 9-8. Took care of the Jets. Bills took care of the Patriots. And my number 1 of the Mid Pac 12 is the surprising AFC South winning 9-8 Jacksonville Jaguars. And my top 10 NFL teams of the year. Number 10, the 9-7-1, 6th seed in the NFC New York Giants. At 9, the 10-7, 6th seed in the AFC Baltimore fucking Ravens. Oh, I hope the Bengals destroy the shit out of them. At 8, I've got the 10-7, 5 seed in the AFC Los Angeles Chargers. At 7, I got the 12-5, 5 seed in the NFC Dallas Cowboys. At 6, I've got the 3 seed in the AFC, the 12-4 Cincinnati Bengals. At 5, the 13-4, 3 seed in the NFC Minnesota Vikings. At 4, I've got the 13-4, 2 seed in the NFC, the San Francisco 49ers. At 3, the 14-3, number 1 seed in the NFC, the Philadelphia Eagles. At 2, the second best team in the NFL in my opinion, the 14-3, number 1 seed in the AFC by default, the Kansas City Chiefs. And my number 1 team in the NFL, the 13-3, number 2 seed in the AFC, Buffalo Bills. Spoiler alert, they're my pick to win it all. And now, my picks for Super Wildcard Weekend, starting with Saturday, the 4 o'clock game. We got the Seattle Seahawks going to San Francisco to take on the 49ers, who are favored by 10. Taking the Niners. They're going to represent the NFC in the NFC Championship game. Maybe not the Super Bowl, but in the NFC Championship. No, I have them winning the AFC. They are my pick to win the NFC. The 8 game, the Chargers, who are favored by 1.5, going to Jacksonville. I like them by more than 1.5. Chargers are going to win a playoff game, and unfortunately have to go to Kansas City to play the Chiefs in the divisional round. The Sunday 1 o'clock game, noon or 1, I'm not sure. You got the Miami Dolphins traveling to Buffalo, who are favored by 11. The Bills are winning it all. The 4:30 game, you got the New York Giants going to Minnesota, who are favored by 3 to take on the Vikings. Well, it's not prime time, but it is the playoffs, and it's still the New York Giants. I'm taking the Minnesota Vikings, who unfortunately will have to go to San Francisco in the divisional round. The 8:30 game Sunday night, the Baltimore Ravens, round 3 in Cincinnati, who are favored by 6.5 points. The rubber match. Both won a game in the regular season. I'm taking the Cincinnati Bengals to win it here. And unfortunately, I think that means they are going. No. They will have the. We will find out. I believe we will find out who would have won that Monday night game when it matters most, the divisional round of the playoffs. And the Monday night game, the Dallas Cowboys, favored by 3 points, travel to Tampa Bay to take on the Buccaneers. I don't have that much faith in the Cowboys, but the Buccaneers are limping in, and the Cowboys are going to win by more than 3 points. And then they will have to go to Philly. We'll get that rubber match as well in the divisional round.